Hello, everybody, and welcome back to the F-18 Hornet Flight School Campaign that I've been working on, trying to make it so that you can go from zero experience to having a fairly good understanding of the aircraft by the time you finish the training course. We finished the kind of quality control sort of thing where we go through and verify that the missions are all working. And now we have this long list of changes that need to be made. Now, honestly, I don't think I'm going to make a video of me just going through and making all of these changes. And the danger of that is I may get bored and stop working on it again. But there's just no way that would be engaging enough content for you guys to want to walk through it. But I did want to take a moment to go through some examples of the things that I do need to do to fix all of the problems that it has, so that you guys can get an idea of what goes into actually making something like this. So as we can see on the screen, the first note that I have is 1.01, the first lesson that we have, the cold start. We have a note on here that says that the audio for the left MDI instructions that we're doing while we go through the cold start, the audio says MFD, but it should say MDI because it's not an MF. It's not a multifunction display. It's a MD something. I forget what MDI actually stands for. But for the F-18, it's an MDI, not an MFD. So we need to make sure that it says that. So the way we test that is we go to the sound right here. And ideally, you should be able to hear it when I do this. Let me just double check and make sure that all of the audio and all of that stuff is set up the way that it... Oh, I'm sorry. I forgot to take off the thing here. You have no idea what I'm talking about. So we need to read through this as we're listening to the audio that we recorded so that we can confirm that that actually is a problem. And then if it is a problem, we have to re-record the audio for this. So let's go ahead and we'll listen through this real quick.
There's not much else we can do until the right engine is finished spooling up, so once the MDI screens are turned on, let's get them set up for takeoff. On the left MFD, press the menu button until the text above it reads SUPT.
Okay, so this is where we run into a problem because I can't just go in and fix this individually. I have to re-record the entire thing. So the way I end up doing that is I have, for each of my missions, I have a Word document. Let me see. I'll try to get it pulled up here. We're doing startup and shutdown, I do believe. I have a voice script that I am currently using to make all of this work. So if we go into the voice script here, you can see it's going to look a little weird because it's on the side of the screen over here that isn't actually part of the resolution that I have going on. But, you know, it is what it is. So we go down to where it says left MDI. Let's see here. Left MDI throttle. Oh, there's not much we can do. Okay, so where is this? I'm confused. Oh, here we go. Okay, so there's not much we can do. So we need to change this to say MDI, right? So this is the script that I have. Now, you can get paid narration, paid AI voices for your whatever it is that you're trying to do. Copy and paste that stuff in there and do it. But I don't have money for that crap. So I'm using the cheapy crap version, the cheapy version of making this work. Microsoft Edge, as crappy of a browser as it is, does have a pretty decent set of text-to-voice options. So what we end up doing here is we'll print this, or you can save it however you want to do it. We'll print this as a PDF file, as our voice scripts PDF file, right? So now we have a PDF version of this document that we can then... Let's see, where do I keep then that we can then drag into the voice scripts here. And now I can go in and record the record the narration for this. We just got to find the part that we're trying to do. All right, so this is where we're going to be, right? And all I have to do is just right click on it, say read aloud, and it'll read it for me. Right?
There's not much else we can do until the right engine is finished spooling.
You probably can't hear that.
Screens are turned on. Let's get them set up for takeoff.
Okay. The problem is you're probably not going to be able to hear that. So I think I probably need to add another... Because I don't think I can change the game audio to go to Edge, can I? Will it actually work? Can I do that? Close the read aloud. Can I just do that?
There's not much else
okay,
we
that
can
works.
do until the right engine.
So this is what it sounds like when it's reading
up.
off of your browser.
So once the
right?
MDI screens are turned on,
Let's get them.
But obviously, this is not the finished product that I want, and we have to have a way of recording it. So, Audacity, everybody's favorite, let me see, I got to switch the window to this. Audacity, everybody's favorite audio recording software, gives us the ability to record record the narration happening, right? So I forget where you do it, but there's a place where you can I think it's in the preferences. You can select your audio source and you can make it. This Windows WASAPI, and you make sure that the recording device is whatever your default recording thing is. But if you pick this right here, it'll be able to hear what's happening on your computer. So all I really have to do is, let me see here. I generally have this in the middle, and then I'll have my browser window, I think, off to the side. I don't remember. I think that's what I do. So we start recording.
There's not much else we can do until the right engine is finished spooling up, so once the MDI screens are turned on, let's get them set up for takeoff. On the left MDI, press the menu button until the text above it reads SUPT.
Then we
Left
stop
MDI.
that. Stop the playback. So now, ideally, we can trim this forward part off here, right? And then we hit play. So that's obviously quiet, and if you've been paying attention so far, you know I have sort of a radio effect going on for these. So I have a macro, I gotta remember where it is. I have a macro that will automatically do that for me. Apply macro. Oh, hold on, I gotta make sure it's selected everything. Apply macro. I have a radio effect macro that adjusts several things. I can't remember what it does, but you can figure it out. It adjusts it, it increases the volume as the radio effect.
There's not much else we can do until
right?
the right engine is finished.
And then that's it. So we export audio to, I think I have them as OGG Vorbis files, because that's what DCS needs to be able to save it as part of the mission file. So we need to go back into here. We need to head back into my campaigns, my audio. We need to go back into the startup and shutdown, and then it's the left DDI. It was. I wish I had written down which one it is. So we'll go back into the. I'm going back into the DCS thing so I can figure out which one it is. It's after the INS to field option. So, sorry, too many windows. So INS to ground. I think it's this 1.07 here. Crap. I thought I labeled them as to match the titles on the thing there, but I may have screwed up on that. Crap. I don't remember. I'm gonna have to listen to them over here. So let me open that back up. Left MDI day. I want you to always use that, please. Thank you. Not sure why you would do that. Oh, I don't have a codec for that. Wait. Oh, for the OGG file. Can I open it with the VLC media player? No, it's not playing it. Crap. Well, this is where I put my foot in my mouth because I'm not sure which one it is, and because they're all saved as OGG files, oh wait, I can use my DCS to tell me. It's left DDI menu 1.13. That's what we're saving it as. Okay. There's always a way to do that. So we need to save this and save it as our 1.13. We export that. It replaces the file. And now...
There's not much else we can do until the right engine is finished spooling up. So once the MDI screens are turned on, let's get them set up for takeoff. On the left MFD, press the menu button.
Okay, so
the text above it
the problem with these is that you do end up having to actually go back in and reopen what you had. So we do need to go into startup and shutdown 1.13. Now it should give us the proper thing here, right?
Until the right engine is finished spooling up. So once the MDI screens are turned on, let's get them set up for takeoff. On the left MFD,
okay.
press the menu button until the text above it reads SUPT.
I wonder why that didn't fix. There's
not much else we can do until the right engine.
I'm checking the audio on the actual original thing we recorded.
Let's get them set up for takeoff. On the left MDI, press the
Yeah,
menu
it's
button.
correct there. And then we exported the audio. We're browsing to the file that we wanted. We're making it the left, that one there. We're exporting it. We're saving it. Then we go back in here and we do it again. Oh. Yeah, no, 1.13 left DDI menu.
There's not much else we can do until the right engine is finished spooling up. So once the MDI screens are turned on, let's get them set up for takeoff. On the left MFD, press the menu button until the text above it.
I think that because I think it's because I have this stuff on my cloud drive and it's not updating. It's not updating properly. So I think what I may need to do is I may need to copy this onto my... I think I may need to copy this into my Steam library here and put it under the F-18 thing so that hopefully the updates I make will change and update as I make them. So let's do... I'm just navigating through my folder directories here to try to get to, yeah, campaigns. Copying everything. Skip anything that's duplicate. Okay, so now ideally I should let me open up. I'm going to open it from this part now. Campaigns. Here we go. Cold start. So I'm opening it from a local location so that hopefully now I can actually open up what I need to do and get this to work right. But see, this is the kind of stuff that makes this take forever because, you know, you're trying to get all of this going and there's just all kinds of stupid little things that get in your way. Now I got to find where okay, yeah, there's not much we can do here. Open this up. F-18 campaigns audio. Oops. Oh, you son of a... There was some kind of an accidental thing there. All right. So ideally...
There's not much else we can do until the right...
But this is the kind of attention to detail stuff that can sometimes take a while to resolve.
Let's get them set up for takeoff. On the left MDI...
There we go. Okay.
The
so I think the problem that I was having is that the file, I kept reselecting the same file because it takes a minute to upload and resync my cloud storage, and relying on cloud storage to do this is going to cause some issues. So I'm going to need to make sure I keep it on the local thing and only keep the cloud storage as a backup. So, all right, so that's the audio part. This is how I'm getting all of my audio. I'm typing it out in Word, I'm converting it into a PDF file, and then I'm importing that PDF file into Microsoft Edge. I picked the voice that I like the best, that sounded the best when I converted it into a radio voice using Audacity. I record it with Audacity, I apply some filters and stuff to it to make it sound the way I want. Then I export it as a file, load it in through here, and then you have to listen and make sure. And I have to go back through it. Like, I'm going to have to go back through all of these, every single one of these. I'm going to have to play this. Oh yeah, see this? Like, there's no... This is jacked. Now I have to go back through and grab it again because for whatever reason, the sound on this one is gone now. So now I have to completely go back through and find it again, right? And then I have to listen to it.
Not much else we can do until the right engine is finished spooling.
I have to listen to it again, right?
Welcome to the Field Flight School for the F-18.
Right? And I have to listen to every single word and read it as we're going through it, right? So that's just the narration part of it. I have to go through all of these items here and for every mission that we have. And then even once I'm done with all of that, I need to go through and do all of the kneeboard stuff I was talking about, right? So I have to go through and create all of the mission cards and all of that stuff that I want to, and I have to individually tailor them to each mission. I have to make sure that any reference documents I want you to have are in there, are in the knee board and all of that stuff. And it's just, it takes a lot of time to go through and do all of that. I guess we could try to maybe take a minute to go over that part. Let's see, we'll save the voice script there. I don't need the Audacity for going on a... No, I don't want to save the project. And I don't need Edge. I don't really need the... I mean, I'll leave the notepad up. But realistically, so for example, let me get back over to the window capture here. We'll look at Explorer. And then, so here's all my knee board stuff that I have, and I'm individually creating these mission cards as I go. So let's switch to that. Mission card, where'd it go? It should pop up. It should have popped up. There it is. Okay. And okay. Is there a reason you're not showing? Oh, come on. I don't know. Oh, because it's... Oh, why is it showing up as a photo? Okay, that's kind of dumb, and it won't show it either. So, okay. Well, I would show you the mission card, but it doesn't seem to want to work. All right. I was able to show you guys before. I don't know why it's not letting me show you now. Okay, that's weird. I don't, okay. Can I... Okay. It's stuck on there now. I don't know what to tell you then. It won't let me show you. But anyways, I have these PDF mission cards that have a bunch of information. It gives you all of your departure information, all of the frequencies and stuff that you need, call signs, some notes, where you're going, what the purpose of the mission is, all of that kind of stuff. And then there's also the carrier pattern, which kept showing up when I would bring up this. There's also this. I want to make sure that this is in every knee board in every mission so that you can refer back to it when you need to do your landing and kind of figure out, oh, what am I doing here? I don't remember how to land in the thing here. And then there's I want to have the harm codes available so that when you're needing to put in information for the harms, you don't have to go to the mission briefing to do that. You can just do it for there. And then obviously just the fast start, the faster carrier start process, so that when you forget, oh, which switch do I do next, just bring up the knee board, go to your start checklist, and you're able to do it. And that just involves opening up each of the individual mission files, going into the knee board. I showed you that in the previous episode. You can go check that out if you want. And then just copying and pasting all that stuff in there. But even though the copying and pasting part only takes a couple of seconds, it's going through and generating each of the mission cards, and then going through and double checking that each mission has the appropriate reference documents that it needs to have, and then loading the mission to actually verify that they're showing up the way that they're supposed to, because they don't always do that, and sometimes you have to do it a few times to make it work. So it's just like, it's a lot of stuff. It's a lot of stuff that has to happen. So I'm obviously not going to make recordings of me doing that over and over and over again as I work my way through this process. I'll probably start doing some other Hornet content just to practice some things. My first thought today when I sat down to do this was I was going to try to do some of the missions that I couldn't do, like the ending missions towards the end, because I don't have the precision flying skills to do the tanker part. So I need to practice that anyway. Maybe we can spend a bunch of videos with me flying out to the tanker and trying to hook up with that, and you guys can laugh at me not being able to do it. That'll be somewhat entertaining, I would think. But anyways, that's pretty much it for the mission thus far. For those of you who have an interest in purchasing this campaign that I've been working on, I'm trying to keep myself motivated to keep going on it. But as I just showed you, there's still a lot of work to do. I have to sit down and I have to listen to each of the narrations and make sure that the words that are spoken show up on the screen, because I'm not going to give you guys a half-assed product that has different narrations from what the screen is telling you. I think that's unprofessional, and I don't want to do that. We verified that the missions all work the way that they're supposed to. But I need to make sure that you guys have all of the reference documents so that you're not struggling to find the information that you need to get through these missions. Because, you know, either I forgot to put it in a mission briefing in the menu system, or it's not in the knee board. I want it to be in the knee board because I feel like that's the quickest and easiest way to find information. Having to pause and go into the menu and the briefing and all that stuff and switch back and forth that way, it takes too long, especially when you're trying to enter in frequencies and stuff like that. It's much easier to just be able to press down the K key real quick and be like, okay, that number, now let me type it in. So I want to make it as convenient for you guys and myself when I go, because I'm gonna have to go back through this stuff a few times to become really proficient in this aircraft. But I want to make it as convenient for everybody as possible so that you're not fighting the interface to make this stuff work, and you can focus on flying and getting these things done. So have an infinite amount of patience, because you know, there's a good chance I'll get halfway through finishing this and I'll get tired of messing with it and it'll sit on the shelf for another 6 months. So sorry if that happens. I have a hard time. If this thing, the reality is that if this particular project that I'm working on, I'm able to put it up there and enough people buy it that it was actually worth my time to sit down and do it, I'll be much more motivated for the next tutorial campaign that I make for whatever other aircraft I decide to do. And I'll probably get that one out faster, because then I'll see that there is a tangible reward for putting the effort in. Because right now, this is just something I'm doing that probably isn't going to be worth the time I spent doing it. If I can't get this up on the web store, on the web store where everybody can see it, and enough people don't, and if I can't get enough people to have an interest in it to actually purchase it and download it, then the many hours I've spent already on this was just as a hobby, and then why am I going to kill myself trying to get it done? But if this becomes something that I could turn into a series of training campaigns, and there's a serious interest that people want to pay for it, I'll be much more motivated to actually get it done. So have a lot of patience on this first one, and then if this one goes really good, I'll try to pick another aircraft and do the same thing for that one. We'll see. I think that the final product is going to be pretty good, but at the same time, that's my opinion, and who knows? We'll see. You guys have to decide. Anyways, enough of me rambling on about this. Be sure to click the like button to help the video spread out. Subscribe to help us reach 10,000 subscribers. Join as a member if you'd like to support my work here. You'll get early access to videos, among other things, or you can just leave YouTube's version of a tip with a thanks button. So again, thank you very much for your time. Be sure to come back for our next video, and I'll see you then.